Okay, we are in World of Flowers. We're going to work on a geranium. So, generally when you see a geranium, they're going to be more, well, the ones that we're used to seeing are more of a red color, okay, or an orangey red, something like that. Oh, and I have a new light, so let me know if this is working any better or not. So we'll see. Anyway, so the geranium, the leaves a lot of time have the red or that really deep, like a burgundy color around them. And the flowers themselves, they're a clump, kind of like a hydrangea, but not quite. Does that make sense? So anyway, you can make them any color you want, for sure. I mean, it's not going to matter. So I am using my Prismacolors. So this first color is Kelly Green, and it is 1096. And I took and I went over this inside part, okay? And all of these, just go over it. And I'm not making these really dimensional a whole lot on the leaves, but if you wanted to, you could take and go deeper and then get lighter as you come out. And I've not really done multiple coats to get rid of all the tooth of the paper. And if you're wondering what tooth is and how that works, you can look that up on my channel. I have done a video in the last 6 months on the tooth of paper. Okay, so there's that one. Then for this outer area, I used, I'm not real sure. It's number 912, and the name has already been sharpened off. So on that, I'm going to go all the way around this outer edge. Okay? So just go all the way around. I'm going to do a lot of pressure here so that it looks a little darker, and then I can get lighter as I come across. For some reason, I feel like my hand is in what I'm coloring. Is it? A little bit. So again, let me know what you think about the lighting. Is it better than what you usually see? Yeah, I would really blend that quite a bit before I went on, but I'm just going to go on because I really want to get through this page with y'all. So just do all of these, okay? Then for this part in here, and I do this last after the greens because you don't want to come in here with a green and accidentally pick up this dark color and smear it into the green, okay? So do this last, and I'm just showing you again here how you can deepen those to make it look like you've picked up another color. But this color is Tuscan Red, number 937. And then again, just come in and color all of this area right in here. All of this goes in the Tuscan Red. Okay, so just do all that. Now, my other color that I used is Poppy Red, and I like Poppy. When I find these open stock, I usually buy 1 or 2 extras. 922, and I colored all of this in the Poppy Red. Okay, then I'm going to come back, and I just did a light coating all over. Does that make sense? I didn't try to get any of the tooth out. I'm just wanting to get that covered. Then I come back in with my Tuscan Red again, which is like a burgundy or a brick red. something that's a little deeper, and I'm going to go in all these little V's. Go around the petals, anything that would help show some dimension. Go under these petals, go around. This is the area that's really going to take longer than the leaves. Hence why I was rushing through the leaves. Okay, and this looks a little worse before it looks better. I mean, doesn't that look kind of messy and all? Now see, where I'm looking, that doesn't look the best. But again, you let me know how the lighting is. Hopefully it's a lot better. I bought a light off Amazon that a lady recommended. She said she used it when she first started making videos before she got her big photography lights. And I don't ever want the really big photography lights. Number one, I don't have room for that in here. I just don't. Okay. And I mean, let's face it, I make maybe, well, anywhere between $5 and $7 a month right now from my videos, and that's it. So it's not a big enough payoff for me to get a bunch of good, high-priced supplies. So, anyway. Yeah, no, if you want to make money, YouTube is not your way to do it unless you have a ton of followers. And y'all are going to have to just promote the hound out of my videos to get me up that far. So, anyway, I enjoy coloring. I do enjoy the teaching aspect of it. And therefore, I don't mind doing it anyway. But if I was going to do it to really have income, I'd go back out and get a job. So, yeah, my body doesn't hold up really well when I go out to work a full-time job. I get hernias rather easily. I've got another one now, but I've put off having it fixed for a couple years, but I'm okay with that because I know what to watch for because I've had so many. So if it gets in a bad spot, I'll know it. Okay, and then I'm going to come back with this poppy, and now's when I'm going to work on each area. And if while I'm working, I see an area that's not really dark enough, I can go in just like that and add it. So now I'm going to come in, and I'm going to add. Look at the difference. Look at the difference in that and what we started with. This is why I generally use at least 2 colors on an area. Now, the leaves down there, that's the exception. This time I did not, but normally I would. But you can see how big of a difference this is. I did get another new book that I will be doing a review on, but I didn't want to do 2 reviews back to back. I want to give coloring pages to those that are following along, something that they can actually work on. So after this video is probably going to be orchids. There's some sort of flower on the opposite page here, and I was asking my daughter what she thought it was, and she was like, maybe an iris. And I'm like, well, can you see it being an orchid? And she's like, well, not really. And I'm like, oh well, it's what I'm gonna make it. So not real sure what the artist intended it for, to be, but I'm gonna color it as if it's an orchid. And that's the thing, anytime you get a book that is done by someone outside of your country or area, there's no telling what they meant for certain things to be. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Plus, an artist gets the artist prerogative to draw whatever they want. So that also gives you the prerogative of coloring it however you want. Now the buds, I did the tips in the light color, the poppy, and then I did the Tuscan red for these bottom little V areas. The stems, let's look at that one more time. I did the darker shade, okay, the Kelly green. I did, well, let's see. No, do the lighter shade first, this 912, whatever that is. It's a lighter green, okay? Do it at all the in-between middle areas, and then up here. And then where it hooks up, see how this line is over the top? So behind would be the darker shade, and then blend it in. Coming down, it's coming from behind, so darker shade, blend. Coming out of the pot, darker shade, and blend. And that's what I did for all my stems. So darker across here, and then lighter through the middle. Same thing up here. The ones that are actually coming out from under the flower get just a little bit darker. And then this is coming from behind, so it is likewise going to be just a little bit darker. Okay, so not really a hard flower to do, not at all. Just, you know, those little bitty blooms are what is going to take you a few minutes. And again, take your time with them, because your coloring is only going to look as good as the time you put into it. There's not really a lot of shortcuts to coloring, y'all. It just takes time. So how was everybody's Christmas? Was it good? Well, we did have a bunch of people cancel out on us because of COVID and everything else. But with those we came, that did get to come, we had a really good time. Had a good time with the in-laws. They couldn't remember who gave them what 5 minutes after they opened it, but that's kind of to be expected now with their dementia and how that's going. The doctors are just amazed that they're still staying at home, but we do have somebody that comes in to check on them, and we have cameras in a couple of rooms. And hubby just got a new phone put in for them that actually keeps spam calls out. If it's not a number that's pre-programmed into the phone, then the phone call doesn't actually ring. It just gets asked. It's kind of like a I don't know, kind of like a smartphone, but it's not. And it does this wording about, you know, who are you and this kind of stuff. And they can tell who it is and leave a message, but they can't actually get through to them. So, because a big thing when somebody gets dementia is they don't remember what they are and aren't supposed to tell people. So they give out birth dates, security numbers, all that kind of stuff. So with the car being gone and nobody really ever coming to their door, that just left the phone. So, and they do get lonely, so we make sure, I mean, we talk to them several times a day because they'll call and not remember if they've talked or not. And we may hear the same stories 8 or 10 times when we go see them. And that's okay, because the option is not to see them, and that's not a good option right now. So, anywho, we are going to my niece's tomorrow and having we're going to go to the in-laws tomorrow morning, take groceries, and then tomorrow afternoon we'll be out at my niece's out in the country. Oh, I'll have to erase that. and we'll get to visit with all the family out there because they're all well now. And we'll do a potluck. So we are taking leftover tamales and homemade sausage balls, homemade tamales, yes. And then we're going to take all of our sweets that we've got left over. And then the next day, we've invited like 10 or 12 of our neighbors right around us that we don't really know. We've invited them over for a pancake breakfast or a brunch. And so we bought all the stuff for that today. And it's just something that the church is encouraging us to do in our own neighborhoods to get to know people. And we thought, why not? So they did provide us with church aprons with our logo on it, and some pancake mix and some syrup. And then we've got butter, and I bought some canned fruit and just different things that might go well with the pancakes. So we've got that going on tomorrow. And then at noon, we invited all of the family from the night before to come into town, and we'll have breakfast for lunch, and we'll do more pancakes. So it's going to be a pancakey day. But yeah, we've got some that came in from out of town, and so it's just a good time to get to see them, and we spend as much time together as we can, play a lot of games. Okay, so really that's kind of it for this one. I could keep messing with it, and I probably will, but you get the idea of what's going on here. And again, the flower. The other option you can do when doing this type of flower is you can go light on everything that's right here and then go dark on everything that's around here. Instead of coloring each flower as an individual piece, you take the whole thing. So instead of it being light just here, 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 and here, it'd be light here, and all the rest of this around the edge would be dark. Okay? So, like I said, next time orchids, at least that's what I'm calling them. And it is in this book on the same page, just right over there. So I hope to see y'all back. And yeah, share the link to this, put it in your groups or whatever. Let's see how many followers we can get in the next year. I think right now we're at 4,500. But that doesn't mean everybody looks or watches. So, and that's the kicker right there, is watching it. I've got a couple friends, I think, that just put all my videos on and just click watch, 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 put it in the queue to watch, and then they walk away and do whatever, because it's those ads that play that do it. But anyway, leave comments down below, and I will be doing orchids next time. And then after that, I will probably go ahead and do another coloring book review, that or another page. I haven't decided yet. So if you're over in Coloring Books Keep It Clean, be picking your favorite book, because that's what's going to go in the January album in lieu of challenges. Okay? All right. I will see you all next year. Okay. Bye.